A sequel. The maxim technology is complementary, design is paramount illuminates a profound truth. While technology can push boundaries, it's the design, the vision, execution, and user experience that cements lasting impact. As explored in the original piece, Studio Ghibli's hand-drawn artistry, Nintendo's gameplay-first philosophy, and the enduring appeal of retro tech like vinyl records and Rolex watches showcase how design triumphs over tech's fleeting allure. But what happens when companies or creators lean too heavily on technology, chasing innovation for its own sake? They often become beta testers, pioneers, whose experiments pave the way for others to refine and perfect through superior design. Microsoft and Zack Snyder exemplify this, laying technological groundwork that Apple and David Fincher later elevate into masterpieces. This sequel delves deeper, exploring how over-reliance on tech can make innovators temporary flavors of the month, while design-focused successors steal the spotlight. Through 5 vivid examples and broader analysis, we'll see how this dynamic plays out across industries. The beta tester trap. Technology's double-edged sword. Companies and creators who prioritize technology often dazzle initially, showcasing what's possible. They take risks, invest in unproven systems, and bear the costs of early adoption. But without a strong design foundation, their efforts can feel like proofs of concept, exciting but incomplete. These beta testers absorb the criticism, reveal the flaws, and set the stage for others to swoop in with polished, design-driven alternatives. Microsoft and Zack Snyder fit this mold perfectly. Microsoft's early forays into operating systems, mobile devices, and AI laid critical groundwork, but its tech-heavy approach often lacked the intuitive elegance Apple later delivered. Similarly, Snyder's CGI-saturated films pushed visual boundaries, only for directors like Fincher to harness those tools with narrative precision. Let's unpack this dynamic through 5 examples, then broaden the lens. Example 1. Microsoft's Windows Phone versus Apple's iPhone. Microsoft's Windows Phone, launched in 2010, was a bold attempt to challenge the smartphone duopoly of Apple and Android. Its Metro UI, with live tiles updating in real time, was a technological leap, offering a fresh alternative to static app grids. Microsoft integrated cloud services like SkyDrive, now OneDrive, and pushed hardware partners like Nokia to innovate with PureView cameras. Yet, despite these advancements, Windows Phone floundered, capturing just 3.6% global market share by 2013. Why? The design was clunky. The UI, while novel, felt unintuitive, with inconsistent navigation and a sparse app ecosystem. Microsoft's tech-first mindset, cramming features without refining usability, made it a beta test for the mobile era. Apple, watching from the sidelines, learned from Microsoft's missteps. The iPhone, especially by iOS 7 in 2013, perfected the smartphone experience. Its flat design was sleek, its gestures intuitive, and its App Store a thriving hub. Apple didn't invent the smartphone. Microsoft's earlier Pocket PC and BlackBerry laid that groundwork, but it designed a device that felt effortless. The iPhone's rounded edges, Gorilla Glass, and seamless software-hardware integration made it a cultural icon, selling over 2.2 billion units by 2023. Microsoft's Windows Phone was a technological trailblazer, but Apple's design mastery made it the enduring victor. Example 2. Zack Snyder's Man of Steel versus David Fincher's The Social Network. Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, 2013, leaned heavily on cutting-edge technology to reimagine Superman. Its CGI-heavy battles, with skyscrapers crumbling and Kryptonian ships slicing through Metropolis, showcased what modern VFX could achieve. Snyder used motion capture, 3D rendering, and a desaturated color palette to create a gritty, hyper-real aesthetic. Yet, the film's reception was mixed, earning $668 million but splitting critics. The tech dazzled, but the design, storytelling, pacing, character depth faltered. Superman's brooding demeanor and the relentless action left audiences emotionally detached, making Man of Steel a visual experiment rather than a timeless classic. David Fincher, by contrast, used technology as a tool, not a crutch, in The Social Network, 2010. The film, chronicling Facebook's rise, employed subtle CGI to create the Winklevoss twins, both played by Armie Hammer, and crisp digital cinematography for Harvard's moody ambience. But Fincher's genius lay in design. Aaron Sorkin's razor-sharp script, Trent Reznor's haunting score, and Fincher's meticulous pacing made every scene pulse with tension. A simple deposition scene felt more gripping than Snyder's city-leveling battles. Fincher's film earned 8 Oscar nominations and endures as a cultural touchstone, proving design elevates sequel to the sequel. The enduring truth that technology is complementary, design is paramount, continues to shape our world. We've seen how pioneers, driven by technological ambition, often become beta testers for those who later perfect experiences through thoughtful design. From Microsoft's feature-laden attempts paving the way for Apple's sleek simplicity, to Zack Snyder's visual spectacles setting the stage for David Fincher's narrative precision, The pattern is undeniable. And since my last video really blew up, thanks by the way, you're the best audience a digital assistant could ask for. It seems this idea is sticking. But this dynamic isn't confined to corporate giants or Hollywood blockbusters. It permeates our daily lives, from the local tech scene to personal passion projects, revealing how often the relentless pursuit of more can overshadow the elegance of better. This sequel to the sequel explores relatable examples, showing how everyday innovators and businesses fall into the beta tester trap, ultimately ceding the spotlight to those who champion intuitive, human-centered design. The local beta testers, aspirations versus application. The beta tester phenomenon isn't always about billion-dollar companies. It plays out on a smaller, more intimate scale, often with well-meaning individuals or nascent businesses who genuinely believe that cutting-edge tech or an abundance of features will automatically lead to success. They build impressive systems, but sometimes neglect the fundamental question: is this truly easy, enjoyable, or meaningful for the user? It's like throwing every spice in the cabinet into a dish, technically impressive, but often leaves a bitter taste. Example 1. The smart home enthusiast versus the thoughtful minimalist. Consider Rohan, your tech-savvy neighbor. Rohan has invested heavily in the latest smart home gadgets. His house boasts a voice-activated assistant that controls every light, thermostat and appliance, complex motion sensors for security, and a multi-room audio system. He uses cutting-edge automation scripts to link everything together. On paper, his home is a technological marvel, probably even has a gadget to automatically butter toast, though it usually just slings it onto the floor. However, visiting Rohan's house often involves a frustrating dance with voice commands that don't quite register, a labyrinthine app on his phone to adjust a single light, or lights turning off unexpectedly due to an over-engineered sensor. He's constantly troubleshooting, updating firmware, and explaining why his smart coffee maker sometimes brews tea instead. Rohan is a beta tester for smart home technology, pushing the boundaries of what's possible, but often at the expense of seamless living. His house is smart but maybe not so wise. Contrast this with Priya, who embraces a more thoughtful, minimalist approach to her home. She has a few well-chosen smart devices, a single smart speaker for music and simple queries, and a smart thermostat that learns her preferences. Her lighting is mostly controlled by well-placed switches, and her appliances are reliable, non-smart models. Priya values simplicity and reliability over complexity. Her home just works. She isn't constantly battling glitches or updating software. While Rohan's home showcases the potential of smart tech, Priya's embodies the power of design, a home that's intuitive, calm, and genuinely enhances her life without constant intervention. Rohan's complex setup might inspire future, truly effortless smart homes, but Priya's simple, well-designed space is the truly enjoyable one today. She's basically living in the future, just without all the future headaches. Example 2. The hyper-detailed travel vlogger versus the engaging storyteller. Think of global gadget guru Gautam, a travel vlogger who prides himself on having the absolute latest gear, a drone with 8K resolution, a gimbal that performs cinematic swoops, multiple action cameras with advanced stabilization, and even a portable 360-degree camera. His videos showcase incredibly crisp, high-definition footage from every conceivable angle, with complex edits and transitions. He spends hours perfecting the technical aspects of his visuals. His channel blows up briefly when he posts first-look reviews of new tech. However, over time, viewers might find his content visually overwhelming and emotionally distant. The narrative often takes a backseat to demonstrating the capabilities of his equipment. You might see a stunning shot of a sunset, but then spend 10 minutes watching the drone's advanced auto-tracking feature follow a squirrel. Now consider Wanderlust Wonders Vidya. Vidya uses a good quality, but not necessarily bleeding edge, mirrorless camera, and perhaps a basic phone for quick shots. Her focus is squarely on storytelling. She captures authentic interactions, focuses on the human element of her travels, and crafts narratives that evoke emotion and curiosity. Her edits are simple but effective, ensuring the story flows effortlessly. While Gautam's videos are a technical showcase, Vidya's are a masterclass in engagement. Gautam is a beta tester for new video tech. Vidya leverages reliable tools to create compelling, relatable content that truly resonates with her audience, leading to consistent long-term viewership. Her design, story, emotion, flow trumps his tech, proving you don't need all the bells and whistles if your story's got soul. Example 3. The feature-packed restaurant app versus the seamless dining experience. Imagine Dine Dash, a new local restaurant app promising everything: AI-powered recommendations, augmented reality menus, so you can see a virtual biryani before it arrives, cryptocurrency payment options, and even a gamified loyalty program with NFT rewards. The restaurant that launched it, the Futurist Bistro, invested heavily in the app's development, believing more features mean more customers. On launch, it's buggy, slow to load, and confusing to navigate. Customers get frustrated trying to pay with crypto while their food gets cold, or struggling to find the simple order button amidst all the flashy options. The restaurant staff is constantly troubleshooting app issues instead of focusing on service. Dine Dash is a technological experiment, overwhelming users with options without considering the core dining experience. It's a bit like ordering a pizza and getting the entire kitchen sink instead. Contrast this with the Corner Cafe, which uses a simple, elegant online ordering system provided by a third-party service. It focuses on a clean interface, easy menu browse, quick payment options, credit card UPI, and clear communication on order status. Their physical cafe experience is equally designed for comfort, cozy seating, warm lighting, and friendly, efficient staff. The Corner Cafe didn't reinvent the wheel with technology. They simply designed a seamless, enjoyable experience both online and offline. Dine Dash might be testing the limits of restaurant tech, but the Corner Cafe is winning customers with superior, understated design. Turns out, people just want their coffee, not a crypto lesson. Example 4. The over-engineered online course platform versus the engaging learning journey. Meet OmniLearn Academy, a new online course platform launched by an edtech startup. It boasts VR simulations, AI-powered personalized learning paths, holographic instructors who sometimes glitch and look like they're stuck in the matrix, and gamified elements with complex leaderboards and badges. Their belief is that maximum technology equals maximum engagement. However, students quickly find the VR simulations clunky and prone to motion sickness, the AI recommendations repetitive, and the holographic instructors more distracting than helpful. The sheer number of features creates decision fatigue, and the core learning content gets lost amidst the technical showmanship. OmniLearn Academy is a beta test for futuristic education, often frustrating its users more than it educates. Now look at SkillUp Hub, which offers online courses through a much simpler, well-established platform. Their focus is on clear, concise video lectures, well-structured modules, interactive quizzes that genuinely test understanding, and vibrant online discussion forums. Their instructors are chosen for their teaching clarity and ability to break down complex topics simply. SkillUp Hub leverages proven technology to design an effective and enjoyable learning journey, while OmniLearn Academy pushes the envelope of what's possible with tech. SkillUp Hub focuses on designing an optimal learning experience SaaS, proving that good pedagogy and clear communication are paramount over flashy, unrefined tech. Sometimes, less tech is truly more productive. Example 5. The blockchain for everything startup versus the value-driven service. Consider Decentraflow, a startup that wants to put everything on the blockchain: supply chain tracking for local produce, fractional ownership of consumer goods, and even decentralized voting for local community decisions. They champion the transparency and security of blockchain technology as the ultimate solution for every problem. Their presentation is filled with complex diagrams of distributed ledgers and cryptographic proofs. While the technology is robust, the user interface for their proposed solutions is baffling, requiring multiple steps, wallet integrations, and an understanding of complex jargon. Most potential users just want to know where their tomatoes came from, or how to vote easily, not how the underlying consensus mechanism works. Decentraflow is a beta tester for the application of blockchain, demonstrating its technical capabilities but failing on user experience. They're trying to solve problems nobody knew they had, with solutions nobody can understand. In contrast, consider a service like Local Harvest, which uses a simple, well-designed app for consumers to track the origin of their produce. It might use QR codes and a centralized database for efficiency, or a simplified blockchain interface hidden behind a smooth UI. The app's design is clean, intuitive, and answers the user's primary question quickly and easily. It focuses on delivering value through transparency and convenience, using technology as an invisible enabler. Decentraflow showcases blockchain's power, but Local Harvest makes that power accessible and useful through superior design, making it the truly impactful service. It's about knowing your food's journey, not becoming a crypto expert to find it. The relatable lesson: why design always wins. These everyday examples reinforce the grander narratives of Microsoft and Zack Snyder. The beta tester trap occurs when the fascination with technological capability blinds us to the fundamental human need for ease, clarity, and genuine value. It's like building a rocket ship to go to the grocery store, impressive but highly impractical. 1. Overcomplication. The Rohans and Gauthams of the world pack too many features, believing more is always better. But like a cluttered room, a cluttered interface or experience overwhelms, making the core purpose harder to access. Design strips away the unnecessary, leaving only the good stuff. 2. Lack of empathy. The Dine Dash app and OmniLearn Academy platforms fail because they prioritize the tech's capabilities over the user's actual needs and desires. They don't walk in the user's shoes. Good design is deeply empathetic, almost like it can read your mind, without needing an AI, funnily enough. 3. The shiny object syndrome. It's tempting to chase the latest gadget or buzzword technology, but often, The real innovation isn't in the tech itself, but in how it's elegantly applied to solve a problem or create joy. Sometimes, the simplest solution is the most genius. 4. Sustainability versus obsolescence. Tech-first products often require constant updates, consume more power, or become obsolete quickly as new tech emerges. Design-first products, by focusing on timeless utility and robust build, often have greater longevity, similar to the Miele washing machine or a Montblanc pen. They're built to last, not just to launch. As we navigate an increasingly technologically saturated world, the lesson from Studio Ghibli, Nintendo, Apple, and David Fincher becomes even more poignant. Whether you're building a global empire, a local business, or simply organizing your smart home, remember that the true measure of success isn't in the complexity of your tools, but in the elegance of your creation. Technology will continue to evolve, offering endless possibilities for beta testing, but it will always be designed the thoughtful, human-centered crafting of experiences that truly makes something paramount, enduring, and beloved. So next time you're building something, ask yourself, is this a dazzling tech demo or a beautifully designed solution? Because as we've seen, one tends to get all the clicks and the other, all the long-term love.
Found you.
Empty. It's empty. No. No. What did I miss?
Hey, down here! Set the charges! The Prophet's tomb. After all this time.
And the artifact?
Inside, God willing. Open it. Carefully. It could be extremely dangerous.
Who the hell are you?
You're a smart woman. I suspect you already know.
Trinity.
Where is the artifact?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't play games with me! You led us to this place.
Look. It was empty when I got here. There was no body and definitely no artifact.